And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll leave it with him. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's talk for a second about Boise State. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. To get it just short of midfield at the 49.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. Big pickup on that one. Mark him out at the 40.
That play-action fake, it just froze the defense for a split second. That allowed the tight end time to work his route, get vertical down the field, and pick up a big gainer for the offense.
Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Marshall. There he goes. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after him. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around, you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long. Back's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown by the Illini. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it inside the 30. There he goes to the right. Touchdown Broncos! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Higgins. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long.
That's a fumble. Got the first down and more. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Now they're going to throw it. Breaks into the open. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Illinois moving it quickly down the field. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up for another first down.
First down, Illinois.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out. He had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll try the right side. Turning it on. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Oh, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room at the 35. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Caught on the outside, it's Marshall. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught close to the marker. It's Preston. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. It's Gage. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He wants to throw it again. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. It's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now have got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal, you try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board there.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Right back to the well. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. They get to him as he throws. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Broncos decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. The Illinois offense returns to the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. The give to the back. Oh, he's got a chance. Wrestled out of bounds at the 26. A huge pickup on the ground.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit them right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
Let's send the tight end in motion. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in the rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Oh, the attempt is no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Punch it out of the air. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got his man quickly. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. To the air on 1st down. Quickly complete. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside from the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
He's got it. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
The Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. This is a designed run. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Well, the head coach said he was going to be aggressive. 4th and 2 is kind of right on that edge, but he goes for it and gets it done.
He said he was going to be aggressive, and he backed it up. That's one thing you want to see. You want to hear your coaches talk, and you want to see them back it up on the field.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And the Broncos getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds a spot in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Line getting set on second down. And fires complete. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Firing to the right, complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there has been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a fourth and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, fourth down, offense has to make a decision.
Deep in enemy territory, balls at the 3. They can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown, and here they go on fourth and short. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Broncos will go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. And that ball's incomplete on fourth down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. And the offense will take that gift, set up right on the doorstep, first and goal with the 1. Now on the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 5 wide receivers on second and goal. That's room for the quarterback to run and a lot of receivers for the defense to contend with. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. The 50. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He wants to change this route. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now on second down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Throwing right. It's caught downfield. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Absolute shank. Missed it. It's still a 3-point game after the miss.
You got to wonder about the confidence of this kid. It's been up and down, 1 for 4 now in this game kicking after that miss.
One more snap coming before halftime. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Broncos will kick it off to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Higgins. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. He uncorks a bullet to the right. It's caught. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Off play action on first down. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Got some room to run. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Broncos.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to San Jose State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Trying to get behind the defense. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Boise State ready to send out that offense. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll start this drive with a pass. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Trying play action. Under fire. Makes the grab. Knocked off his feet.
I like the decision by the quarterback. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Broncos are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. The screen, and watch out. At the 35, he's loose. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Boise State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Higgins. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Going to the ground. There he goes! Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll ride the hot hand. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Takes it from the gun on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Preston. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Breaks away on the left. Touchdown to Illinois. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
Looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead.
And that's a sneaky big two-point conversion right there by this offense. Like, cutting the lead now. They're only down by 3. I think this is big because you put some game pressure now on the other side of the football. This offense now knows they have to come out here, score some points, or this could get interesting.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Looking downfield on first down. He's got his man. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And the Broncos line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. The Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. A low line drive and not his best work. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He's going to get loose. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you...
Touchdown, Illinois! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well, and I'd give back that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires one high and deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown Broncos! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were the same. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They're desperate to do anything they can to try to slow down this guy who's just been spinning bean all day, but will carried away with that roughing penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking for a gap. It's Higgins. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. He steps out of bounds, and that'll be the end of quarter number 3. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Motion from the wideout. Just keeps slinging it. Throws toward the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Still down by 2. Chance to take the lead out the window. Guys, tough break there.
It has been an absolute nightmare and a game to forget for this kicker. That is now his 4th missed field goal in this game, and if they lose, you know everybody's going to be pointing the finger at him.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Buys a little time with his feet. Uncorks one to the middle. Pulls it in on the right. It's a running room. He's at the... And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Broncos.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. How about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you can tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Deep shot for the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. You know why he's piling up all these yards, David? Because the receivers won't let the ball hit the ground.
You remember that Jameis Winston game we called on a Thursday night? The ball didn't even hit the ground, did it?
It did not. 2 incomplete passes caught out of bounds. The Fighting Illini with mere inches to gain on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Gage. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Higgins. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up. Got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a
touchdown, Fighting Illini! And they take it in for 6 more points. This is like a baseball pitcher that you can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Well, it just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. To the air on first down. Rushes on him. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
And when you go 5 wide, man, and you spread the formation, it puts a lot of emphasis on those trenches. And those trenches have got to be good. You got to pick up those guys up front. They didn't do it, and they're getting their quarterback hit as he throws the football.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going right and going deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate. And late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gets it out fast. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Now improvising. Bought a little time, lets it go. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers. If he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him, that time they weren't able to come up with it.
Into the end zone. Touchdown to Illini. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Well, I love the play call late in the fourth quarter now. You're just trying to get athletes in space. They throw it to him just short of the end zone, and he does the rest. And because of it, his team now has the lead.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Cal is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that has not been stopped since that group stepped off the bus. They're up 14 over Ohio. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. And the Broncos are in the hurry-up.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time and you get the ball out there. When things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Going to swing it on second down. Working that left side now. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. A deep throw as the clock winds down. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Broncos started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll go to the ground. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Quarterback will keep it. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And that's a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. Smart move to keep it on the ground. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. On the run, it's Sanders. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Illinois will try to close the deal and run it all out. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. The play-action fake. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th-quarter play for this defense. Taking it the other way. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Boise State.
So much much pressure on this defense just to get a stop on this drive. They were trailing, but after that turn of events and the interception, they've now got the lead. And remember, they're going to have to come right back on the field. They've got to be able to refocus themselves, but what a play.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Higgins. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Sends it back in motion. He'll start this drive going to the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
And that's exactly what this defense is going to have to do late in this football game. They understand the situation. They're in the full 2-minute drill. They're playing pass, but understanding the quarterback can still run. Nice job playing pass, playing coverage first, protecting yourself, and then rallying to the football and getting the quarterback on the ground.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Boise State.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He'll go down in a bit of an unusual way to bring this game to a close. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it from here.